Oh, hey, I'm Joe Mack. Welcome back to the channel. Today, let's talk Fractal Noise by Christopher Paolini. Fractal Noise by Christopher Paolini is the second book that takes place in his Fractalverse universe. Fractalverse universe. So, this book is not a sequel or a prequel to Sleep in a Sea of Stars, which is the first book he wrote that takes place in the Fractalverse. This is just another story that is sci-fi and deals with fractals. What are fractals? Fractals are a mathematical piece of art, or, well, fractals are generated by repeating a simple process or formula over and over, creating a complex self-similar pattern. And also, math. For this book, I'm going middle of the road average. We're going 2.5 out of 5. It's a shorter book, 257 pages, so that limits some of its ability to wow you. I mean, with that being said, Murderbot are all novellas and they're kick-ass. So maybe that's not a good excuse for me to give the book. So, what's it about? We have a group of space explorers who are in a solar system that isn't our own. While floating in this solar system, their sensors pick up an anomaly on the planet Talos 7. They find a hole 5 kilometers in circumference, diameter, and the hole is absolutely perfect, which points to there being intelligent life that created it. The crew takes a vote should they go down to the planet and explore and see what's going on with this hole, or should they return home and have a different expedition come out to see what's going on. Our main character, Alex, doesn't want to go down to the planet. However, his late wife, Layla, would have done so. So he believes that in order to honor her, he should vote to go down. He does so, and he is chosen as part of the expeditionary force to go to this planet because he is a xenobiologist, or the study of alien biology. There are 4 characters that go down to the planet's surface. We have Alex, the aforementioned main character. We have Pushkin, who is a giant brute of a man, gene engineered to live on a planet with a high gravity. We have Chen, the chemist, who is soft-spoken and shy. And we have Talia, who is a seemingly sycophant for whatever her religion happens to be. These characters have different viewpoints and opinions and reason for being on this planet, and we learn some of this through Alex's, well, not viewpoint because it's third person, but viewpoint. The downfall of this book is that it is more or less walking simulator in book form. The book takes place over a handful of days, and they are simply walking towards the hole. The best part of the book is that we as the reader also want to know what's going on. We're waiting for alien life or something to happen on their way towards this hole, or when they get to the hole, some giant revelation. The story ends up being more of the walking and the deterioration of the human psyche as they get closer to this hole due to the EMP bursts and the extremely loud thuds that it's creating. I didn't explain this earlier, but the hole is actually a speaker that is transmitting the Mandelbrot set, which I will put somewhere on the screen to explain what that is. I can't do it. As the sound, wind, and environment wear the team down, and each character devolves into their base self, we see conflict arise within the team. Some of them want to end and go back. Others want to continue for their own reasons. In Alex's case, it's because of what Layla would have wanted to do. And this obviously culminates into, at one point, a large conflict between the group. However, this conflict doesn't take place until they are majority of the way towards the hole. The structure of the book's pretty cool. It's broken down into 4 parts, and each part has their own chapters, and each chapter is kind of broken down into little sections that are numbered. It helps the pacing go pretty quick. Like I said, it's only 257 pages, but it is definitely a good structure for this size of a book. Now I'm going to talk about the end, so if you don't want to know what happens at the end, I would skip ahead to the next chapter. I'll have it labeled in the description for you. The ending of this book is a huge letdown. There's no big revelation. Nothing really happens. It's still all conjecture as to what's going on here. Alex doesn't learn anything. He gets to the hole. He turns away because Chen's life is in danger if he leaves him there. He battles with some thoughts about entering the hole, but doesn't do anything. He sees some fractal angels because of the sounds and what it's playing with his brain, but there's no confirmation if that's anything other than something going on with his eyes. So they're not even real as far as I'm concerned. So it turns out that the book, even though it explored 4 very different people doing something for different reasons, ultimately what could lead to contact with alien life, it was kind of a nothing book. I more or less enjoyed myself reading it. That's why I got a 2.5. That's why I got average. But I feel dissatisfied with the ending. And yeah, I mean, I don't really know what I didn't really have any expectations going into it, but I didn't expect something like that. You guys ever have an ending of a book really just bring it down for you? Been so dissatisfied with the way that it ended up being nothing? Do you read Christopher Paolini's other works besides just the Aragon series? Let me know. Get in those comments. Love you. Bye. Which I will put somewhere. Wakanda forever!